And it's going to start off in just a moment with Aveda Perone up on the line.
Bay Area calling a number 21. That's Lulu Lockjaw to start this first jam of the hometown throwdown.
And remember, tonight in the main event, we have Denver Roller Dolls versus Rose City Rollers Wheels of Justice. So stay tuned after this one. And right out of the gate, there is just a scrum, hard-hitting sea of humanity. Lulu Lockjaw taken down at turn one. Aveda Perone trying to get around that front solid steel three-wall of Bay Area.
Mana Jamadinu playing last line of defense against Aveda Perone, but she gets through in turn three. She's your lead jammer for Terminal City, which is exactly how they need to start this one off. Lulu Lockjaw out as well, and as they get back in, she explodes through the line. And I didn't see any whistles, so we're going to call it clean, Murray.
Yeah, she did not get her hips past any member of the Bay Area wall. 0-0, the hardest fought scoreless jam I ever did see.
The last time these two teams played was April 13th. It was Terminal City 96, Bay Area 357. And looking to change it today is Terminal City.
And still a 5-on-5 jam. Kim Jana jamming for Terminal City.
That's Huck Sin out there for Bay Area. She's pushing out into turn one. And she's got three to beat. A good-looking three-wall for Terminal.
Kim Jana leaving a trail of bodies in her wake. Oh, but she is knocked to the inside by 45. Dolly Rocket takes a long trip back around. And at the front of the pack, Bay Area's Huck Sin gets lead jammer.
Huck Sin going to try to make her way through. She's got a little time here. Is still trying to make her way out for the initial passes. Kim Jana. And it's all about turn one right now, is some huge hits being laid out by that Bay Area defense.
Huck Sin goes in, goes out, goes through, picks up 5, drawing first blood on this first game of the hometown throwdown. Here she comes now in scoring position again. A little bit of a dance around the outside of the pack on the backstretch, getting 5 more.
This is a power jam, so we did have Terminal City sitting in the box. Great opportunity for Bay Area to jump out to a lead here and pushing past Flower Power for another 5 points. Huck Sin continuing to put the pressure on Terminal 0, Bay Area 15. For those of you at home, black tops, gold letters, Bay Area, and Terminal in red and white.
Kim Jana's back in the pack, trying to plow through. Hands that helmet cover off to number 47, Scarlet Bloodbath, who gets taken outside. Oh, and has to go so far back around the track, I think she lost a time zone. There's Huck Sin now on scoring pass number 5.
Kim Jana doing a great job of holding down that outside by anchoring the defense, and they're going to push her all the way back. Really well played there in turn one. Not easy to put a stop on a jammer with a head of steam, Murray.
So 3 more points picked up by Bay Area on that attempt. That brings them to 23. Big power jam.
And it looks like Bay Area calling number 5. That's Scrappy to the line. It's her first time jamming this evening.
Terminal City's putting 88. Made insane. Another 5-on-5 jam. No block has been whistled off the track yet.
And Terminal right now playing a very oppressive 3-wall. Holding Scrappy down. Not even past the pivot line yet, Murray.
Yeah, Made Insane cannot see any openings in that Bay Area line. Finally just jukes around Amanda Gemini and gets out, gets through, gets lead jammer.
Great opportunity for Terminal here to try to put some points up. Both jammers now out as Scrappy made her initial pass as well.
Made Insane trying to fight her way through the pack, sees Scrappy coming in. Terminal City does get on the board now with 2 points. The largest selection of new and used autos in the Pacific Northwest is only a click away at Tonkin.com. Nostrovia Wild jamming for Terminal City. Up against 61 Pressure Cooker of Bay Area.
Pressure Cooker trying to find some space on the inside. Once again, that 3-wall for Terminal is formidable.
Nostrovia Wild taken down to the sport court by that entire 4-wall of Bay Area. Once again, having that backside on lock.
Terminal doing a great job of trying to make some space there as they try to defend at the front. And not a lot of push out for these jammers. Finally, we've got a lead jammer, and we're 40 seconds into the jam, so not an easy go. The heat is probably not helpful for those that are trying to sprint on the track today.
Looks like Terminal City did another star pass to Scarlet Bloodbath, but the gem is called off before she can reach the back of the pack. Bay Area gets 3 more, extending the lead out 27-2.
And Frightmare taking the line for Bay Area.
She's against Red Sonia.
Both jammers side by side. They're both nice and low here. It's probably difficult to see them from the front of the pack.
One thing I'm impressed with so far is there is just hard-hitting, physical, just shoulder-to-shoulder packs. No blockers have been called out on penalties yet, which of course means I'm going to jinx it.
That's usually the way it goes. Yes, we have had a power jam, but the blockers have been pretty clean so far. Pushing her way through, and that was Frightmare with lead jammer for Bay Area.
Yep, there's the first blocker penalty, so Terminal City has the pack advantage. Red Sonia's out coming around, but there is Bay Area in scoring position now. Able to pick up 2 points.
And we want to remind everyone about Pabst Blue Ribbon Beer, PBR penalty box, bad girls, good beer.
The rematch of the first jam of Veda Perone up against Lulu Lockjaw. Looks like both teams are down a blocker.
Terminal consistently going to that 3 triangle wall at the front. Very hard stop from the break on that wall.
Yeah, that Triforce of Power Victoria mastered at the Big O. It's good to see other teams using it now. Lulu Lockjaw is trying to force her way through that. Leaving a trail of bodies. Oh. Phrasing.
We had someone go down a little hard there, back on her skates, and I believe that's Scar.
Whew. I almost got all the internet hate on that one. Lulu Lockjaw gets through, calls it off, and puts up 4 more for the Golden Girls. So 33 for Bay Area, 2 for Terminal City. Just under 22 minutes ago in the first half. Empty penalty box.
Some of you are outside the Pacific Northwest. The weather today, blazing hot but beautiful. We're going to open up the hangar a little bit later on. We have a beer garden here as well, Murray.
So Kim Janda jamming for Terminal City, tried to step around the outside line, but got swallowed back in the pack. Number 10, Huxton, wearing the jammer star for the first time, gets right around at the backstretch, picking up lead.
She's got that lead position, and Terminal is in the back, so an opportunity here for Huxton to try to put some points up. Bay Area realizing that, plays some fat man there at the front to try to create some space for her to get through. She does. She picks up 4 points.
The hometown throwdown's going this entire weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Thank you to Blaze Media, who is bringing the action from Oaks Park to your computer all weekend long.
When you talk about a free feed, you're not usually expecting this much quality.
Yeah, Blaze Media is always top notch. They are the mothership of great derby action. And hey, speaking of derby action, there is number 5, Scrappy, jamming for Bay Area up against Made Insane. And I see a whistle at the front of the pack. High block called on Terminal City. Scrappy gets through, getting lead. Jammer Made Insane caught behind that 3-wall of Bay Area.
Demanda Wright doing a great job of tracking Eve Hollows out the back. That allowed points to be picked up immediately for Scrappy as she got back inside the pack. She picks up all 5 of those points. That's a grand slam. Not too shabby for Bay.
Looks like there has been another star handoff. Eve Howes is now the active scorer for Terminal City. Scrappy coming around, calling it off, putting 3 more up for the Golden Girls.
In case you're wondering, Bridgetown Chiropractic is the official chiropractor of RCR since the beginning.
I was wondering. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm here for you. Pressure cooker back out there for Bay Area.
Up against Nozdrovia Wild. Huge back advantage, 4-on-2 for the Golden Girls. Terminal City's up front, trying to stop Pressure Cooker and putting the heat on her as just taking her outside.
Terminal doing a great job of sprinting out right off the whistle to try to push that pack out, give themselves plenty of room to play defense at the front. And they did an excellent job of that as we are once again 25 seconds in before Bay Area gets their jammer out.
But it is going to be a power jam for him now. I did not see the call on Nozdrovia Wild. All the blockers are on the field for Terminal City, and they are putting up a good defense against Pressure Cooker.
Terminal City seeing the Bay Area blockers coming, sprinted out at full speed to try to push out that space so they have an opportunity to do exactly what they're doing now, which is put the pressure on the Pressure Cooker.
Pressure Cooker calls off the jam, which means we're going to start off the next one with a continuing power jam. 3 points there picked up by Bay Area.
17:50 remaining in this first period. For those of you at home who do not know, gold and black is Bay Area, red and white is Terminal City. And it's going to be a hot on the track and away from the track weekend of Derby right here in the Rose City.
Number 31, Frightmare, the only jammer on the track. A little bit of Red Rover at turn 1. Gets on through. Power jam has come to an end. Nozdrovia Wild back on the pack. And a 3rd star handoff to Scarlet Bloodbath.
So Terminal City going to that, as you mentioned, quite frequently. Out of the pack now, but that's the end of the jam. So far they haven't got a lot of productivity out of it, but definitely a good plan if you see that you're bottled up.
Yeah, it's definitely helped them from getting that jammer lap point a couple times. It could be a lot further than 52 points if they weren't doing it. And 101, that is Red Sonja wearing the star for Terminal City.
Lulu Lockjaw out there for Bay Area. And both jammers sizing each other up. They're shoulder to shoulder as they start to push into the pack.
I see a multiplayer block being called on Lulu Lockjaw. Terminal City with a huge power jam opportunity here. Down by 50 points. Oh, and it's not going to last.
Looks like a forearm call there on Red Sonja. She'll go to the box, and so it's all about the blockers right now. The stars are in the box, but the blockers are on the track. That's where the action is, Murray.
Lulu Lockjaw coming out. We're going to have a 2-minute shootout since both jammers went to the penalty box. Here is Red Sonja as well. Lulu Lockjaw makes her escape. Red Sonja puts some heat in their feet. Haas steps through that pack. So both jammers now in scoring position. Lulu Lockjaw coming in first.
She's yelling out exactly what she needs from her pack, and Red Sonja stepping over that inside line. Well, she got a little help from the Bay Area defender. She goes to the box. 4-point pass for Lulu Lockjaw, and she looks to add to it here. Good position as Bay Area goes immediately to that sweep, and they catch a defender at the back. So that's going to create 5 more points for Bay Area really well executed power jam offense there.
There is, well, as soon as I was about to say it, they lost their goat in the back, so Terminal City reestablishes that front four-wall power jam, continues for Lulu Lockjaw. She just gets right on through, just about puts every member of Terminal City on the sport court.
And we briefly had all the skaters on the track, but we've got Brawl and Angel on the way now for Bay Area to the box. And so we're pack advantage Terminal.
Lulu Lockjaw scores 4 more points. Brawl and Angel gets 1. First point for Terminal City in quite a few jams. And we are having a team timeout called by Terminal City.
And that is a great time to tell you about one of my favorite spots in Portland, especially in the summer, to grab some food, and that is Porque No. Amazing tacos with 2 locations on Mississippi and Hawthorne. They've got outdoor seating. They've got margaritas. If you're old enough to drink them, it's delicious. You should check them out. They've got a rotating taco special.
Ooh.
I might have been there a couple times.
Yeah. I also like to thank Sock It To Me. Be awesome. Wear awesome at sockittome.com. I've got one of their fine bits on right now. Just one tall sock over my
kind of
gimpy
robotic.
leg.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, my leg's solid steel inside, and thanks to this little robotic knit, is solid steel on the outside.
Bay Area calling back out Huck Sen, who has been effective so far in this game.
She is up against a Veda Perone, number 52. TC with the 3-on-4 pack advantage.
Aveda Perone easily 85 pounds of muscly fury going through turn 1.
Barely able to tiptoe on the outside. She has a power jam as well. Amazing display of footwork. Here she comes in now. Terminal City on full offense, colliding with that Bay Area wall, but Golden Girls just shrug them off. Oh, there is the second effort. And Aveda Perone gets through, gets 5.
Scarlet Bloodbath opened up the inside of the track so that Aveda Perone could pick up those points. And, all right, it must have been from the side. Hard to see here, but she knocked down a Bay Area blocker.
And Aveda Perone saw that front 3-wall was on lockdown, so she calls off the jam. Looks like as the power jam came to an end. So 8 points there for Terminal City, chipping away at Bay Area's lead, 71-11, 13 minutes to go.
And we talked about it before, but red and white tops, that's Terminal. Bay Area, black and gold. And it looks like Kim Jana back out there for Terminal. And she is out there against Scrappy. Once again, Scrappy in the regular rotation for jamming on Bay Area.
Forearm called on Bay Area. That allows Kim Jana to get through, pick up the lead jammer. Flying like Kota Ibushi around that top apex, gives her 4 points. But here is Scrappy on a scoring pass as well.
And Terminal right now feeling pretty good about their situation. They did not call off the jam to try to lock in that point differential. They saw Kim Jana go out there, pick up points, and they're giving her an opportunity to do more now, and she does, picking up another 5-point pass. Do we have a thumb? I think we got a thumb.
No, it looks like that was only for, that time Kim Jana trying for the leap again, just gets clobbered by number 36, Scaitlin, but that was not a legal block. So we still have the pack advantage for Terminal City. Bay Area on their second scoring pass, Terminal on their third. Kim Jenna just caught behind that three-wall, escorted to the outside by Brawlin Angel and Amanda Gemininia.
Scrappy putting the pressure into the front. She made it through for the 4 points for Bay Area. And as the score is updated, it looks like we've got 21 for Terminal, 79 for Bay Area, 11:29 remaining in this first period.
Only 2 point. I'm good at roller derby announcing. 2 point advantage on that jam for Terminal City, but they did make a statement showing that they got a lot of fight in them Canadian hearts.
And a little pile up there as we get this one started. Looks like Maiden Sane out there for Terminal City.
She's going against number 61 Pressure Cooker. Maiden Sane taken to the outside by Dolly Rocket. Has to go back around, and Pressure Cooker gets through, gets the lead.
We had a direction, a gameplay call, putting Bay Area in the box. That is Dolly Rocket, and that's an opportunity for Maiden Sane to get free. She's going to be able to pick up points here, unless we get a quick call off.
Coming in the last second. 3-3 jam.
And let's talk a little about OHSU Sports Medicine. Proud to be the official medical care team of the Rose City Rollers.
And since Bay Area took a timeout, we'd also like to thank X-Ray FM, who loves Derby. Find X-Ray at 107.1 FM.
I think we're supposed to lock it in and then rip the knob off. As we mentioned at the top, the last time these two teams played was April 13th of 2014, so it has been a bit. And that was Terminal City 96, Bay Area 357. And Terminal off to, if you can kind of carry this out, a stronger start than the last time these two teams met, which is good.
Definitely.
Point differential and points in general make a big difference in the WFTDA standings, and it's almost tournament time, Murray, as you know.
All right, team timeout has come to an end. 10 minutes, 21 seconds in the first period. Bay Area Golden Girls 82, Terminal City All-Stars 24. It's going to be Nozdrovia Wild jamming for Terminal City.
And we've got Lulu Lockjaw back out for Bay Area. A little bit of a pile up there in turn two. Sorry about that.
I was saying Nozdrovia Wild just caught behind that solid gold three wall. Lulu Lockjaw extending out that front wall of Terminal City, hunkering down trade numbers with just about everybody in front of her.
Terminal doing an expert job right now of bridging out that pack, provide plenty of space to try to defend against the jammer. Lulu Lockjaw finally gets through. She is your lead jammer for Bay Area.
Forearm called on Nozdrovia Wild, so Lulu Lockjaw has a power jam. And she's in scoring position. Gives a little shot right there to the last line of Terminal City defense as she scores 5.
It'll be interesting to see as the weekend goes on what role the heat plays in this. Quite warm. I would guess hotter than where some of these teams probably train.
Yeah,
lots of fluids around and swamp coolers, and
especially Sunday is going to be hot like the sun outside. I don't even want to think what it's going to be in here. Lulu Lockjaw gets through on scoring pass number 2. The 10-point jam brings Bay Area up 92-24. I'd like to thank CrossFit Magnus, the official fitness partner of the Wheels of Justice. Starting off with the Bay Area Power Jam number 31, Frightmare. I believe that's her first time wearing this star this game, HP.
That sounds about right. Both jammers getting off to a rolling start here. And Terminal playing that long bridge once again to try to slow down Bay Area, but through is Frightmare. She's your lead jammer. And it looks like we've got another one of those passes there. And Scarlet Bloodbath just took the star. She was our pivot. Now she's our jammer.
Zdrovia Wild doing a great job going from offense to defense. Blasts Frightmare, but cannot stop that scoring pass as Bad gets 4 more, inching in on that century mark. The Pabst Blue Ribbon penalty box is seeing some action right now. 2 blockers from Bay Area, 1 from Terminal City. Veda Perone sees that pack advantage. She's fighting, trying to get through on that outside.
She's out there against Huck Sin. Huck Sin finding her way just around the corner to grab that lead position for Bay Area. And only 1 defender in position there to put a stop on, as we're starting to see some bodies leave the track for the box.
Yeah, Hook Singh got through that pack, standing upright like she was strolling through the park once and twice. 10 points on the board so far for Bay Area. Veda Perone finally gets through, a little no pass, no penalty on that escape.
And pushed out is Huck Sin. And she's going to have to come all the way back, and we're at a pretty brisk space, skating the wrong direction there on the track. Looks like we've got a official review coming from Bay Area. So we will, on the official reviews, cut to the track. We're going to actually have a little help telling us what's going on down in the middle of the action, Murray.
This is a return to also acknowledge our sponsor, It is a top of timeout. I'm going to check it and let you know what's going on.
Review, because they are disputing whether or not a cut should have been called against their jammer previously. The referees are putting their capable heads together. We're going to find out what the resolution is.
So even though Bay Area has a quite sizable lead, remember this is for top level WFTDA rankings, so every point, every penalty makes a difference in the numbers at the end.
Interesting also, because you can see the other teams in the wings watching. They want to know what happens. They're trying to size up the action with their soon-to-be opponents, as every team will play every team this weekend at the hometown throwdown. And we're here live from the hangar in Portland, Oregon. Beautiful day, sunny day.
And remember, tonight we will see in the main event Wheels of Justice from Rose City Rollers take on Denver's Mile High Club. Tomorrow we'll see Terminal City versus Denver in the first bout at 6:10. and followed by Bay Area versus Wheels of Justice. Then on Sunday at 1 o'clock, Denver versus Bay Area. At 3 o'clock, Terminal City versus Rose.
And that Bay Area Wheels of Justice game tomorrow night is going to be a barn burner. Not to say they're all not going to be good. I'm just saying those teams have had some history.
Number 2 seed versus number 3 seed. Oh, let's take it to Layla.
Question is, the cut call will stand.
There we go.
All right.
Yeah, before the big O, the Bad Girls were ranked number 2 and Rose City number 3. So yeah, it's going to be a great shootout tomorrow night. Thank you, Blaze Media, for bringing the action to the world.
The Derbyverse. All right, so this is going to be a power jam for Bay Area. In the box of Veda Barone. On the track for Bay is Lulu Lockjaw, and she's starting way back. It looks like she's going to get her motor running before she ever hits that line, Murray.
Trying to play a little bit of Red Rover with the front of that pack. They are bridging. They got to let her go. Lead jammer on the power jam for Lulu Lockjaw. Coming right back around. Lickety split. Colliding into Eve Hallows. Going right, going left. Port to starboard. Now going one-on-one with Scarlet Bloodbath. And with a spin-a-rooney. Gets through, gets 5.
Scarlet Bloodbath almost pushing her into the middle. She did a great job of just putting her skate on the line and getting straight through from the box of Veda Perone. She's on her initial pass and stealth. She went through like a pack of very short ninjas.
So 4 more points at the tail end of that by Bay Area. It is 115 to 26, 5 minutes and change in the first period.
And we also want to mention Left Turn Clothing, where fashion meets function. Left Turn Clothing.
Kim Jana jamming for Bay Area. Up against Scrappy. Little delay start, but they turn the afterburners on. Both jammers going on the infield. Kim Jana sees a 2-wall in front of her. And Scrappy just escorted to the outside.
Flower Plower coming in from nowhere to lay a huge hit to try to open up some track for Kim Jana.
Excellent effort there by Scrappy. I thought she was taken dead to rights by the Terminal City blockers quite a few times, but she finally makes that escape. It looks like there has been another star handoff for Terminal City. The active score is 16 Palmer. But that's not going to stop Scrappy from coming around the inside of turn 3 to pick up 5 points.
And continuing to put the pressure on is Bay Area. They're getting very consistent jamming so far tonight. Terminal City had that triangle defense they were running in the beginning, that Triforce as you call it. It was very effective. And it seems to have gone away from that a little bit the last few jams.
And the Bay Area defense is all over Palmer like stink on a wrist guard. It looks like number 5, Scrappy, makes her 3rd scoring pass. Palmer still has that star cover in her hand. Palmer again, just spun around by Sundown.
Kim Jana going to the box. I believe it was an out of play call. That's going to start to stack up in the penalty area. They rely on her for jamming also. She's part of the rotation, but she was a blocker in that instance.
No room at the Pabst Blue Ribbon penalty box. Sundown has to stay on the track. 21 points scored by Bay Area by the time the whistles blew. That makes it 136 to 26.
All right, we want to talk about Big Brothers, Big Sisters Sports Buddies. RCR is a proud Sports Buddies partner, encouraging young people to get active. That's Big Brothers, Big Sisters Sports Buddies.
Made Insane is jamming for Terminal City, trying to go in a little bit of defense against Pressure Cooker. The pack is taking off. The Jammers are taking off. They are still neck to neck. A lot of collisions there as a lost my train of thought there because of the action on the track. Made Insane finally gets through, but it is Pressure Cooker out in front. Lead Jammer now on a scoring pass.
Pressure Cooker with 1 to beat, and she's getting a little help from her friends there as they bust her past. She may not have picked up that last pair of hips, so it looks like they gave her 3 points. And so good hustle to try to avoid giving up the hips there for Terminal. We're down to 135. This one is racing by. Murray and I getting to enjoy the glory of the hangar here for this hometown throwdown opening game.
Team timeout called by Terminal City right before they blew that jam whistle.
And that provides us with an opportunity to tell you about Bridgetown Automotive. When quality counts, call Bridgetown Automotive. Support RCR while taking great care of your car at Bridgetown Automotive. We also want to thank Kind Bars. Kind, a brand of all-natural whole nut and fruit bars made from ingredients you can see and pronounce. Less science is what we're saying here, Murray.
Ooh. Timeout comes to an end. Bay Area 4-on-3 pack advantage. Aveda Perone jamming for Vancouver.
And back to the line is Huck Sin for Bay Area. That's number 10. Bay all walled up in the back. Terminal at the front. Pack advantage favoring Bay Area. And Aveda Perone not in a rush to take on that gold wall. It looks like she's got some defensive responsibility to start that jam off.
Huxon was hesitant at first, but now she just blasts on through the line, high stepping at the top apex. Big up lead jammer, Aveda Perone trying to muscle her way through the center of that back. Go on one-on-one with 888 Brawling Angel before escaping.
Great toe stops there for Aveda Perone in turn 2. She stayed in just barely, but she pulled it off. And 4 points for Bay before the jam is called. And it looks like we're down into about 40 seconds left for this first half of play. It's been a very strong Bay showing. Their walls are oppressive. It reminds me of East-West Germany.
Terminal City's also been laying a thumping on the Bay Area Jammers. A lot more than the points will show. Looks like Frightmare is going up against that Terminal City line. Taking some hitting, but she ain't quitting.
Maiden same out there for Terminal. And she gets out first. Lead jammer, Terminal bucking the trend of Bay Area lead jamming.
Yeah, they are making a statement on this last jam. Here comes Made Insane, blasting through that pack, getting up 5 big points. Bay Area jammer held on. Failed. Apex jump there by Made Insane, but she's going to recycle around now. Both jammers in scoring position. Terminal City's second time. Bay Area's first points attempt, and Frightmare is just colliding with everyone in red jerseys.
Doing a great job of bridging out is the Terminal defense. Eve Hallows out there. And pushing out is 4 points for Frightmare. Jammer rotation going to be important this weekend. In some cases, teams might have to go deeper than they're accustomed to, Murray.
That's the jam. That's 3 points for Terminal City, and that is the half. Bay Area Golden Girls 147, Terminal City All-Stars 34. Stay tuned for 30 more minutes of this game, and after that, Denver Mile High Club taking on Rose City Rollers, all Wheels of Justice. It's going to be a great weekend, HB.
It is. I'm excited for it. We're going to do halftime here. We've got about a 10-minute intermission. We're going to come right back to the action. And then following this one, as you've said several times, the main event of the evening is going to be the Wheels of Justice against Denver. I'm ready for it. Hope you are at home.
Right now, I'm ready to hydrate. So take care of yourself, Internet. We'll be right back. Hey, we are back. Bay Area up 147 to Terminal City's 34. It has been a great game, hard-hitting, fast-skating derby action. Murray Grande, HP Shovecraft, and we're going to start right about now.
We sure are, Murray. We had a great first half of action, some very hard-hitting derby. We don't expect that to change here in period two. Both teams rolling out strong opening lineups. We've got Aveda Perone out there for Terminal City, and that it's Lulu Lockjaw for Bay Area. Everyone getting to that nice slow derby stance. Once again, Terminal opting to take the front, and they're in that triangle defense to try to really put the stops on those hard-pushing Bay Area jammers.
In the most current WFTDA rankings, Bay Area is number 3. Terminal City is 22. So, we knew Terminal City had a big hill to climb, but they have fought tooth and nail each and every jam. Lulu Lockjaw is the lead jammer here. She gets through, hits it, splits it, quits it, gets 4.
In the first half, there were some penalties. It looked like no one had more than about 3 when we got to take a quick look at the whiteboard. And Terminal starting this one with a couple of people in the box, so hopefully that doesn't change for them here. They definitely need their skaters on the track. Terminal with a little bit of a small blocker offering here with 2. Bay Area at full strength. And back to the track, number 10 is Huck Sin for Bay.
Were they waiting for someone to take a knee? Okay, we are off. And Huck Sin gets called on a track cut. So Kim Jenna is trying to get through as she is on the power jam, going one-on-one in the front of that pack with Murder and Monroe. Fighting, gets through, gets lead.
Terminal opting to take the back here. We'll see if they sweep. They send 3, so they're definitely dedicated to trying to get Kim Jenna through this pack, sending all of their people power at the problem.
Shout out to Johnny Ace. Kim Jenna scores 5 points, calls it off right away. So we're going to start the next one with a power jam. 131 to 39. One thing to think about is it is a hot time in Bridgetown tonight. Fatigue is definitely going to sit in as this game goes on. It'll be interesting to see how that affects the penalties in the second half because it is scorching in this hangar.
90 plus outside, and it feels more like 100-ish inside, and sticky, Murray.
Maiden Sane plows through the front of the pack, getting lead jammer. Power jam has come to an end as Huck Sin is back on the track, fighting with that Terminal City 3-wall, spinning around like a rotisserie chicken to escape that pack.
She did a great job of rolling out of that hit. Maiden Sane trying to push through for Terminal. She's going into turn 2 And she may be free. She is. We've got two jammers out of the pack and both picking up points, 4 and 4.
Their maiden Insane is lead as both jammers collide into the back of the pack. Just both defenses on lockdown.
And hooks in with 1 to beat, and she somehow stayed in, picking up 4 points on the pass. Great piece of skating there on the edge of the track.
Finally calls off the jam right before Huckson can make scoring pass number 3. 8-8 on that one. 159 to 47 in favor of Bay Area.
And back to the track, we have Scrappy for Bay Area. She's out there against 191, Murray.
Nozdrovia Wild. Nozdrovia Wild trying to just tiptoe on the outside. A blocker in front of her gets called for a track cut. So 2 to beat for Terminal City. Scrappy, though, living up to her name. Well, no, her name's not track cut. So lead jammer on the power jam for Terminal City.
And all 4 red shirts for Terminal sweeping right now. Bay Area doing a great job of moving forward and taken down in turn 4 was everybody got taken down in turn 4.
Yeah, Murder and Monroe got called for that penalty, but it did just put an end to Terminal City's scoring attempt. So, well worth a sacrifice. Team timeout by Bay Area.
And that's a good time for us to talk about Bike Punk. Locally printed, eco-friendly stickers, signs, and design. Visit bikepunk.com. That's assuming you haven't already, right? You probably did 3 times just in the course of me saying that.
Yeah, I mean, that's all I did during halftime was go to Bike Punk and check out their wares.
We also want to talk about New Belgium Brewing Company, Fat Tire Ale or Ranger IPA. There's always a fair supply of beer here in the Rose City. I don't know if you noticed that, Murdy.
Nah, me never. Don't you see the X's on my hands?
51 for Terminal, 159 for Bay Area. 25 minutes remaining in the game. And of course, following this one, Wheels of Justice versus Denver. That one looks like a little bit of a fryer as well.
That'll be the number 2 seed versus the number 5 seed. And as we end the timeout, we have 61 Pressure Cooker jamming for Bay Area up against 101 Red Sonia. And Bay Area's out lead jammer lickety split.
Pressure Cooker did get out quick, and it's pack advantage Terminal. And Red Sonia going to try to put some points on as she's on her initial pass for Terminal City. We talked about it before, but red shirts, white print, those are Terminal. Black shirts, gold trim, that is most definitely Bay Area.
I'm going to take a second to give my eternal love and admiration and respect to the late, great Dusty Rhodes. And number 31, Frightmare jamming against Aveda Perot, number 52.
Aveda Perron pushing into turn 1. She's got an angle. Both jammers near the front. It's side by side. Amanda Riot in the thick of it. And busting out by just a hair is Frightmare for Bay Area, but that was a heck of a rush.
Yeah, Veda Perron finally jukes around Amanda Riot. Both jammers coming in hot scoring position. Frightmare does a little power slide. All she needed was the flying V fender as she calls off that jam. 1 point picked up by each team.
And it appears that there's some question about guessing from the pantomime. It appears that there's some question about how quickly the officials are picking up the call off the jam. Bay Area seeming to have concerns about that in the middle of the track discussing it.
So Kim Jana jamming for Terminal City.
Lulu Lokcha out there for Bay Area.
Kim Jana extending that front two wall of Bay Area, but the rest of the pack has caught up. Lulu Lokcha trying to find an escape on the outside, jukes right around Palmer to pick up a lead.
And that's going to be a penalty there. It's a forearm call on Kim Jana. She goes to the box. Bay Area once again on a power jam. And they're even up with blockers. The star's kind of important, though.
Lulu Lockjaw showing more moves than the Young Bucks, getting through that left and right and flipping around and high stepping to score 5 points.
Terminal City once again doing a great job of sprinting out to try to push that pack space, provide themselves with extra opportunities to play defense. But Lulu Lokcha still picking up her points. She got another 5.
And this is scoring attempt number 3 for Bay Area. Kim Jana did not escape the pack legally before she was whistled off. So she's still trying to make an initial pass and gets clocked to the inside, deposited like a paycheck by Liza Machete.
Lulu Lokcha working through that terminal 3-wall for 5 points. She's got 15, most of which were on the power jam, 10 of those points. And power jams have been the theme here for Bay Area so far today, Murray.
Yeah, Lulu Lockjaw once again trying to play a little bit of Red Rover, gets escorted to the outside, but just gingerly calls off that jam, scoring 2 more. It makes it 17 points on that one, extending Bay Area's lead up 179 to 52.
Let's talk about Joe's Burgers. 4 locations, awesome burgers, an official feeder of RCR volunteers. That's Joe's Burgers. We also want to mention Voodoo Donut. The magic is in the hole. Proud sponsor of the Rose City Rollers and the Wheels of Justice.
Made an insane jam for Terminal City. She almost saw some daylight, but Bay Area reestablishes that wall, locks her down, and number 10, Huxton, gets out, gets lead.
We got another pass here, and that is Scarlet Bloodbath taking it as the pivot from the jammer. She's your legal scorer as we get back to the action. And did she pick up points? They say yes, 2. Great rush there. Excellent hustle to pick up points for Terminal City.
Yeah, Terminal City definitely brings the fight each and every jam. They impress the bejesus out of me at the Big O.
So one of the things I'm discovering that's pure torture is sitting directly above the pulled pork station here at the hangar. Murray and I contemplate eating our hands as the pulled pork wafts over us.
That's why I'm excited about only working 1 game tomorrow.
Number 5 is Scrappy. She's lead jammer for Bay Area. Black and gold lead jammer. Red and white still bottled up.
There has been another star pass for Terminal City. Simonius Maximus is the active scorer, but she has yet to make an initial pass. Here is Bay Area on a scoring attempt. Great defense there by Palmer.
She did a great job solo. Not easy to do against any jammer, especially jammers that hail from the Bay Area.
Yeah, Scrappy got through once. Here she comes again. Scoring pass number 2, multiplayer block called on Eve Hallows as Bay Area gets 5 more.
Palmer with some more love taps there. And back to it is Scrappy. She's got 3 to beat. Anchoring that wall is Griffith for Terminal. And Palmer takes her down. Looks like a high block call. Nope, blocking with the head. Blocking with the head, which means a power jam for Terminal City.
Remember, the active score is Simonius Maximus, who has that star in her hand with the stripe on her helmet. She has yet to escape the pack on an initial pass. And skating a little bit more upright, it looks like she might have lost her win this jam in the fight against the just dominating walls of Bay Area.
The other issue here is that Terminal City's got some blockers in the box that does not make the jammers' job easier when they're trying to get through, and they're facing a lot of hostiles out there.
So that jam went all 2 minutes. At the end of it, Bay Area had 15, Terminal City scoreless, 198-54 in favor of the Golden Girls.
And we want to talk about Car2Go. Meet the future of car sharing. Sign up today at car2go.com.
Aveda Perot now had the power jam. It comes to an end. She is escorted to the outside as Scrappy is back on the track, but Aveda Perot go for track cut called.
Track cut's going to give Bay Area another one of their power jams. They have made Terminal City suffer during these power jam opportunities. Scrappy has lead, and Bay's lined up in that single line in the back. Earlier they swept. We'll see what they do here. Sweeping once again. They send 3 and open up some nice space for Scrappy to try to get through.
Now they're just holding back, making Terminal City extend out. Jam is called. Scrappy playing it safe, but did pick up 3 points. Aveda Perot standing in the pass-through ribbon penalty box, which means pressure cookers only going to have the power jam for a hot second.
And 3 wall, so that triangle or diamond set up at the front for Terminal City. Doing a great job of keeping pressure cooker inside the pack. Out there against Palmer once again. Palmer with the takedown. Palmer's been a little beastie here.
Yeah, she's throwing rainmakers left and right. Call her Mrs. Okada. But there is pressure cooker getting out, getting lead jammer with Aveda Perot right behind her. Bay Area now in scoring position. Thrusts her hips back, calls it off, picks up 2 points.
And we've talked about it before, but we've got 54 for Terminal, 203 for Bay Area, 15-15 on this final period of play. Red and white tops are Terminal City. Black and gold is Bay Area. And this is coming straight to you from the hangar in Rose City, who's hosting this incredible event all weekend long. Double headers Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Stay tuned for more action all weekend.
Huxon is jamming for Bay Area. She is up against 101 Red Sonia. Very good lead.
And Huxon goes to her face briefly. It looks like she might have taken an elbow or fist or something in the facial cavity there.
Derby's derby, yo. Sometimes you get hit.
Trying to push her way through, but she is ridden to the inside by Eve Hollows. She's going to have to reset and try again.
Stop me if you heard this before, but Scarlet Bloodbath gets the star pass and is now the active scorer for Terminal City.
She's pretty popular in that role for sure. We've got a forearm call, and being sent off for Bay Area is Murderin' Monroe as she hits the box. Still on the track is number 10, Huxon. She's going to try to find some space in turn 3, and if she can't find it, she'll make it, Murray.
I don't know about that. The Terminal City wall is just putting hard times on her. Still trying to fight. Demanda right, giving a big old shoulder to Scarlet Bloodbath. Terminal City still working on that initial pass.
Palmer with a great shot on Huxin. She goes to the box, but as you mentioned earlier, worth it. Slowing her down, she has to reset. She's out now. She picks up 5 points for bad.
Bay Area has a solid steel 4-wall on lock. Scarlet Bloodbath nowhere to go. Here comes Huxin on scoring pass number 2, but sent to the infield, recycled back around. Puts on the Jets. Ooh, nice hit there from Eve Hollows as the 2 minutes comes to an end.
Terminal City really showed.
Official review being called by Bay Area.
All right, so once again, we are going to come live from trackside with an explanation of what's going on with this official review.
I love the big shot, boys, and I love how they turn out.
I love your new summer outfit. It is fantastic.
Because Bay Area is calling into question the legality of the Terminal City Star Pass. So we're going to check back in, putting their heads together, going to come up with the answer.
Well, Terminal City definitely has a lot of practice with that Star Pass so far this game.
They have done a ton of it. Speaking of doing a ton of it, OHSU Sports Medicine, immediate care for RCR athletes through our sports medicine hotline, and that is 503-494-4000. Thank you, OHSU Sports Medicine.
Burns a timeout. They still have the big old lead, 212 to 54. Just under 13 minutes to go in the game.
And back to it at the front is Terminal City. They've got that 3-wall working, trying to put the stops on. Working left and right is Frightmare. She's through. Lead jammer, Bay Area.
Aveda Perone gets taken to the inside, recycles back around, still trying to fight. Gets through on the back stretch, takes a Superman dive, and that baby done been eaten as Frightmare gets around in scoring position. Looks like she got the 5 point from the jammer lap.
Aveda Perone just kept on trucking, and when she got to the opposing star, she laid the shoulder. I like the cut of her jib, Murray.
Yeah, Aveda Perone definitely will not go gently into that good night. And this, just the first of 3 days of the highest caliber WFTDA Derby you ever will see at the hometown throwdown. Lulu Lockjaw is out in front, colliding with every Terminal City blocker at the top apex. Nozdrovia Wild still trying to fight in the back of the pack with Bay Area.
Both jammers getting clogged up. Getting out first is Terminal City. Lead jammer.
Lulu Lockjaw sent to the inside, recycled back around, and Nozdrovia Wild comes in scoring position, collides with that Bay Area four wall. Sees Lulu Lockjaw coming, has to call it off. Did pass two blockers at one point or another. Remember, all you have to do is get the jammer's hips past the blocker's hips for the briefest amount of time to score a point.
When you say it that way, it sounds easy, but when you try to actually do it, it can be a little bit more complicated than that.
That's why I only talk about roller derby and don't play it.
61 is Pressure Cooker. She's out there against Kim Jana for TCRG.
Kim Jana's got some fancy footwork going port to starboard on that track and hops around the top apex. Second lead gem in a row for Terminal City. First time they've done that this game, I do believe.
Pressure Cooker in the middle of that three wall for Terminal City. They start to bridge that out, make sure they got plenty of space to defend against her. And that is a tough looking wall. I see Griffith for sure in the thick for Terminal City.
Kim Jana in scoring position. She was escorted out to the infield by Braun Angel. Comes back around again, just trying to hunker down and fight through. Gets around the inside line for a full contingent of 5 points.
Palmer in there with Simonius Maximus. Griffith last line of defense against Pressure Cooker. She's by on her initial pass. Kim Jana spinning her way to points here. She's going to call it off. How many? 3 8-point jam Terminal, and that's the biggest differential they've had in the last several jams, maybe the half, Murray.
Yeah, as I said, Terminal City does not know how to quit. They are going to fight and scrap till the final whistle blows, but Bay Area is ranked number 3 in the world for a reason. There's some scrappers as well.
They are familiar with the Derby.
Maiden Sane jamming for Terminal City.
And that is Scrappy out there once again for Bay Area. And she's getting a little help near the front, push back into the middle. That was Flower Plow her with the hit that recycled her.
I didn't see the penalty, but Maiden Sane sent to the Pabst Blue Ribbon penalty seat, so it is a power jam for Bay Area as Scrappy now has lead status.
Terminal doing a great job there getting out of the corner. Some of the jammers in this game are, they like to pick up their frequent flyer miles, so you don't necessarily want to be in the corner on a power jam, and they did a great job of moving out of it. 5 points awarded there to Scrappy as the power jam rolls on.
Power jam comes to an end now. Maiden Sane once again starting on her initial pass. Scrappy fights away on the backstretch for another Bay Area 5 points. And Scarlet Bloodbath got the star there at the end, right before the jam was called. 7.5 minutes in the game. Bay Area 227, Terminal City 64. Stick around for the main event, which will be Rose City Rollers Wheels of Justice versus the Denver Mile High Club, number 2 seed versus number 5 seed.
And getting super low is Terminal City as they get ready to start this jam. That's Rud Sonia out there, and she's against number 10. That is Huck Sin for Bay Area, grabbing lead jammer.
Red Sonia finally splits through the middle, getting out, but here is Huck Sin stepping and a fighting and a getting 4 points before calling off the jam.
She calls it off, giving a chance to kill some clock and also pick up points, which is what Bay Area wants to do at this point in the game. We want to do a shout out once again to Tonkin.com. They are the largest selection of new and used autos in the Pacific Northwest. Is only a click away at Tonkin.com. They are also the Jammer Line sponsor, which is what we're on right now to start this one off, Murray.
That's a Veda Perone versus Frightmare. Veda Perone just getting pinballed off every Golden Girl on the track. Hit to the outside by 45, who was then clobbered with a big old Rainmaker. Both jammers out now in scoring position.
Frightmare has some very specific instructions that she's provided to her blockers, but ruining that is a Veda Perone by jumping out in front. And right now we're doing, this is pretty much Olympic sprint skating.
Yeah, Bay Area off to the races, forcing Terminal City to put out a lot of effort to catch up. Jam is called off before a Veda Perone could score any points, but clock management was the key to that. A lot of time taken off. We are just over 5 minutes ago. Bay Area giant lead, still 231 to 64.
The penalty box is brought to us by Bridgetown Chiropractic, the official chiropractic of RCR since the beginning. Since when? The beginning. That is Bridgetown Chiropractic, Murray.
Timeout called. I did not. It looks like the NSO gun show at the pivot line. So that was a quick official timeout. And thank you for letting me steal your catchphrases, Dr. Jenny Fever.
Very few stoppages here. This team of officials they've assembled is pro. As we get back to it, Lulu Lockjaw jamming for bad.
Against Nozdrovia Wild, who is caught behind a Bay Area 3-wall and lead jammer for Lulu Lockjaw.
And going to O is Terminal as they try to free their jammer up. Lulu Lockjaw with a blocker in tow gets back to the front of the pack. She's got 2 to beat, pushing on that outside shoulder. She is through, and she's going to pick up 5 more points.
Star pass for Terminal City. Number 16, Palmer, is the active scorer. But she is shut down on the backstretch by the Golden Girls. Finally gets through. Lulu Lockjaw now scoring pass number 2 for her. Gets through, calls it off. Thinking that it should have been a little bit sooner call off there.
Lulu Lockjaw with a little heavy body language there, a little emphasis. I think she wanted it quick. All right.
So 9 points by bad. 240-64, just under 4 minutes to go in the game. Pressure cooker versus Kim Jana on the jam line with all 8 blockers in front of them.
Hard push into turn 1. Pressure cooker with 3 to beat, including Eve Hollow, so she's side by side with right now. And twisting into the middle of that threesome near the front again. And it looks like we got a multiplayer block, so Bay Area with lead and now pack advantage.
Kim Jana tried to hand the star off, but a high block called on her. So power jam for Pressure Cooker as she gets through and gets 5. Power jam and pack advantage because Kim Jana has to accompany the pass blue ribbon penalty box.
And Bay Area doing a great job of grabbing Eve Hollows in the back of the pack, so they have control of pack speed. They have a power jam, and they have Pressure Cooker, who's picking up points courtesy of some smart work from her blockers as she gets another 5 there.
So both Terminal City skaters coming out of the penalty box. Pressure Cooker got I don't know what she got 3 points there, but a track got called on Kim Jenna. She tried to muscle her way through that back right before the jam was called off. So Bay Area starting off with a 30-second power jam.
So the whiteboard facing away from us, but I'm imagining Kim Jana is starting to pick up some penalties there as she's picked it up both as a blocker and a jammer. The aggregate feels like it might be getting high.
Oh, the jam whistle blew and almost no one was prepared. Lulu Lockjaw gets right around and gets lead.
Bay Area once again lining up with that 3-wall on the inside. They sweep out, bringing 3 blockers and making great space once again for Lulu Lockjaw. She's out there against that last line of defense and through, picking up another 5 for San Francisco.
Power jam comes to an end. Kim Jana trying to fight her way through that insurmountable 4-wall of Bay Area. Lulu Lockjaw on scoring pass number 2 leaves that 2-wall in her wake as she gets 4 more on the board.
And Kim Jana pinned in by those gold helmets. Not a lot of space in the walls. They're not linking, they're just overlapped in the lat delt body area, which makes it very difficult to navigate the walls.
Kim Jana finally makes that initial pass. Lulu Lockjaw makes scoring trip number 3 and is just going on time management now. She's going to call off the jam right before Kim Jana can score any points. And we have about 30 seconds left on the game clock. Yeah, team timeout called by Terminal City to ensure that we have at least one more jam in this game.
Mentioned at the beginning, but this score much more favorable than the first time that, well, the last time the Terminal played Bay. 4/13/2014 was 96 Terminal, Bay Area 357. And they picked up less, but they've held them to far fewer points. Looks like you've got something to share, Murray.
I do. McDonald Miller Facility Solutions is a proud sponsor of the Rose City Rollers.
As long as you mention that, we also want to talk about PBR. PBR on the penalty box, bad girls, good beer. That is PBR, the penalty box sponsor.
Bay Area starting with 2 blockers in the penalty box. They are sending number 5 Scrappy to the line up against 88 Made Insane of Terminal City. 28 seconds remain on the game clock.
Made Insane just hitting another gear. She splits that last 2-wall, grabs lead jammer for Terminal as they try to put an exclamation point at the end of this game, Murray.
With a hop, skip, and a jump, number 5 Scrappy gets through, makes an initial pass. Made Insane blasts on through the pack to score 4. And now both jammers in scoring positioning.
Scrappy pushing through that inside shoulder. She picks up 4 points of her own, so it's a draw so far on this one. Time's expired. We're on the jam clock. 1:20 remaining. And Terminal trying to make sure that this differential stays as favorable as possible before we get this final ranking of the season.
Scarlet Bloodbath and Eve Hall is doing a good job sweeping out Scrappy to the outside, curtailing her scoring attempts. Here is Made Insane on scoring pass number 3, but she is just clobbered on the outside. Takes a long trip back around the Bay Area 3-wall.
Scrappy out there against Eve Hollows, and Flower plow her on that outside edge. Not a lot of space for her to work with as it's an anchored wall, and holding it down on the inside is
Maiden Sane just dropping down reminds me of the sled drills in high school football, trying to just push her way through that Bay Area defense.
And we're down to about 17 seconds remaining in this one, as both jammers trying to end this strong. They're probably going to have to squeegee the track after we get done with this one because there's a lot of sweat out there.
Yeah, this is for ranking, so Terminal City has to fight for every point. They get 2, 3 more on the board, 3-4 Bay Area. That makes it 11-7 Jam. The unofficial score shows Bay Area's Golden Girls with 278. Terminal City's All-Stars 75. Whew. And this is just the first game of a long weekend, jam-packed with top-notch roller derby action.
We're just moments away from getting the next one started. That'll be the Wheels of Justice taking on Denver's Mile High Club. And of course, the Rose City Rollers are our hosts all weekend long. The Denver Wheels game promises to be a good one. And then we'll have 2 excellent games tomorrow. We'll wrap it up with a doubleheader on Sunday. So you don't even have to move. If you found us on this channel, you can just stay here all weekend with us, and we'll give you the sounds and the sights from the game.
And if you are in the greater Portland area, come down tomorrow afternoon. We're going to have an exhibition game. It will be Rat City Roller Girls Rat Lab versus Rose City Rollers Fresh Meat Program in a warm-up to tomorrow's barn burning action. And there it is, the official final score. Bay Area 278, Terminal City 75.
What a great way to start this weekend of action off. Once again, it's been a thrill being with you here. I am HP Shovecraft. I hope to catch you soon. And over here,
I'm Murray Grande. Thank you for tuning in to Blaze Media. Stick around for the main event. Stick around all weekend. It's going to be great.
I need someone to let me know who your guys' picks for MVP are. Picks for MVPs. Okay, can we have a minute? Yeah.
Okay, the Bay Area Golden Girls have selected for their MVPs for Terminal City. We have Scarlet Bloodbath as MVP blocker and Aveda Perone as MVP jammer. Great work out there, skaters.
They left without telling me who their MVPs were. Oh, here we go. Is that jammer or blocker? Do you have one for jammer? All right, so we've got number 999. That is Amanda Jamadinya will be the MVP blocker. I need to know who the MVP jammer is. No, for